The stream will begin in a few minutes. So be patient, y'all. Be patient. Maniacal Matt in the chat says, P. Great comment, Maniacal Matt, I have to say. Solid comment. Oh shit, I forgot to turn on the music. There we go, now there's some background music. Oh boy. Yeah, I'll have to try to remember that next time. I'm sorry, sir. I'm sorry I forgot to have the music going. Eddie Herta says, what are we all going to chat about? Well, I guess we'll see. Just some channel announcements by Doc. And, yeah, pretty much just whatever you guys want to chat about. Beyond that. So you guys can chat about It Chapter 2, or Child's Play's remake, or just whatever comes to mind. Whatever pops in your mind, just ask Doc. But the stream itself will officially begin in a few minutes at 10 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on the dot. 7 p.m. Pacific Standard Time on the dot. Zach Robinson YouTube says, when are you doing Terrordrome? Oh yeah, I'm sorry. Oh yeah, the video game. At first I thought you were talking about TerraVision. Yeah, that's been reviewed already. I guess there's a new Terrordrome coming out. I guess Doc might play it sometime. I guess we'll see. Master Toka says, you smell like cheese and feet. Well, that isn't very nice, I have to say. It's really bringing me down, actually. Just so you know, the stream will not involve me in any way past this opening, fucking whatever it is. The stream will begin in a few minutes. I'm just here to, I guess, break the ice, I suppose. Olivia Robinson says, it's 7 p.m. here, Doc, LOL. Yeah, so, well, it's not 7 p.m. yet. It's like 6:57 p.m. where you are, so that's not true at all. You need to fix your clocks if that's what they're saying. I'll tell you that much. George Mondragon says, hey Doc, how's your week been? Well, I can't really say, I'm goulash. Make sure to you might want to save your questions until Doc actually shows up. But I'm sure his week has been okay. I'm sure it's been fine. I'm sure it's been totally decent. I'm not Doc though, I'm goulash. Hey everyone, I'm goulash. Oh, hey, goulash here. Man, so many questions from people who don't know Doc hasn't arrived yet. Doc will show up in 2 minutes. Don't you worry. Don't you fret. Just want to make sure that nobody misses out on the announcements at the beginning, okay? Just want to make sure we bring in people, have a 5-minute head start. LOLO says, can you do an Irish accent? Nah, not even going to attempt it. I'm not going to embarrass myself. And yes, the stream will begin at 10 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on the dot, so a lot of people are saying it's 9:58, 9:59. Yes, of course it is. Of course. We're in that time zone. I know what time it is in New Jersey. You don't have to tell me. You do not have to tell me. The stream will begin in 1 minute, so get ready, y'all. And I need to remember to, I guess, set up the applause sound effect for Doc. I'm sure he wouldn't appreciate it if I didn't have applause at the beginning. Man, okay, looks like we got 100 people watching. That is very promising. I like those numbers. We're about to begin. Get ready. Alrighty, folks, it's that time again. I'd like to welcome our host for the evening, Dr. Wolfula. Oh, thank you, Goulash, thank you. I really appreciate the applause, too. All fancy and shit. Okay, let me see. I think I might be out of sync. Let me see if I can fix that real quick. Okay, I think it's fixed now. Yeah, it's looking good. Okay, cool. Ah, boy, how you guys doing? Greetings, I'm your host, Dr. Wolfula, and welcome to Dr. Wolfula After Dark, my late-night chat show, where I make some channel announcements, and also you can ask questions, you know, when I get to that segment. But first, I got some plugs. Well, just one plug. This stream is brought to you by Omnibus, a hardcore metal band. Link in the description to check out their music on Bandcamp. Oh boy, yes! Also, yeah, this is a pretty big channel announcement, I have to say. So, I recently partnered up with this app called Popbase, and basically it has a whole bunch of YouTubers, and they're all together in this little virtual world, and it's like a free app, and you get to visit their homes and chat with the characters and play games with them and stuff. It sounds really fun, and I'll be one of the first 30 YouTubers who's gonna be part of this, so that's gonna be really cool. I'm looking forward to that little experience. Look forward to that. I'm going to be in it in August, and you'll finally get to visit the Wolfula and play some games with me, and all kinds of fun and neat stuff. Second announcement is currently the stuff that's being worked on is a Gulag, featuring Goulash's review of Doom Patrol. And Do Talking to Me is finally returning after all this time, more than a year. We're gonna finally cover Scooby-Doo movies. So, that's something to look forward to, okay? Oh man, it's been a while. It kinda got shelved for a while, but finally we're gonna get back to good old Do Talking to Me. Finally talking about Scooby-Doo. What else is new? Always talk about Scooby-Doo on this channel, damn. Also, there's some stuff on Patreon. There's a secret show featuring my thoughts on Avengers Endgame, which is available to $3 silver supporters. Check that out. Also, available to bronze $1 supporters, Patreon review requests questionnaire. Basically, you're gonna just give me all kinds of different requests for movies you want to review, and I'll have a whole bunch of polls, and people will get to vote on the next reviews I do. That's gonna be really fun. And finally, this is gonna be up soon. It's the stream archive of the Friday the 13th movie night, so check that out when it's up. And that's available to $3 silver supporters, and if you pledge, you'll get to see future movie nights live. So check that out. Okay, I'm done with all the announcement shit. Now comes the part that I love most, chatting with you folks. Let me see if I can fix my face real quick. Okay, I think my face is fixed. And also, I got a super chat. Let me check that out real quick before I get to the rest of you. But ask me any questions, and I'll try my best to answer them. We'll just chat for a bit. Tom Ferreira had a super chat. It was words of wisdom. When in doubt, dinosaur. I don't know what that means, but I'm guessing that's a request. I guess I'll have to look up dinosaur later. Man. Dabby Roki says, "Hello, Dr. Wolfula. How are you today? Also doing anything this summer? P.S. Love ya." Well, that's very kind of you. Well, like I said, I'm gonna be making all kinds of videos this summer, but one of the cool things is that Popbase thing. So I'm gonna be working with, like, their digital artists, and they're gonna make, like, a 3D version of me. Like, I'll basically send them, like, pics of myself and the Wolfula, and it'll be like a little digital fan club, like, that you can visit, and it'll be updated weekly. I'm looking forward to that. That's cool. And if you guys have any questions about, like, Popbase or any of the announcements I made, feel free to ask. Let me see what other questions I got. Michael Myers says, Desolation of Smog or Battle of the Five Armies? I have never seen any of the Hobbit movies. I actually only just recently saw the Lord of the Rings movies. I could never really get into them quite all that well, because I'm not really into medieval fantasy that much, but I gave them a watch and I enjoyed them. Peter Jackson's a great director, you know, when he's not rushed. Alec Poor says, please review the original Hills Have Eyes 2. Don't worry, that's on the horizon. In fact, that might be before I get to the Patreon requested reviews. I might just finally get to the Hills Have Eyes Part 2, the 80s one. I'm looking forward to that. I started it. I started writing it, even, and I have all the notes, so I could probably just jump into it. It kind of got shelved because other stuff came up, and I kind of wanted to focus on more important stuff than a Hills Have Eyes Part 2 review, but I'll finally get to it. Mr. Pog5678 says, did you like Endgame? I did actually. I think it might actually be my favorite of the Avengers movies. Like, I enjoyed it because it was a very different kind of superhero team-up action movie. Like, it was really fun. It was a slow burn. It reminded me of, like, old-school sci-fi movies, like, just a long build-up to shit. Like, something you don't really get to see that often, and the 3 hours just kind of flies by. The only real disappointments are the typical Marvel disappointments I have, which is, you know, it feels like none of these characters can really get hurt. And I'm not going to go into spoilers, just so you know. It just feels like most of these characters are invincible, except for the people who have to fucking go right away. So I'm not going to go into spoilers here. I have a spoiler video up on Patreon if you want to check it out. But I enjoyed it overall. And also when the fight scenes just kind of suck. Like, they still suck. It still feels like action figures fighting each other in a backyard with a bunch of kids. Like, just kind of nonsensical. Like, not so great. But I got a super chat. Let me see what that super chat is. Can you review Killer Clowns from Outer Space? Can you review Killer Clowns from Outer Space? Says Zedolepin. Wow, that's a weird... Okay, well, anyway. I could, actually. I think something I'd be interested in doing soon. I think I will someday soon. I really do enjoy that movie. It's a great sort of, honestly, kind of a sort of B-movie 50s parody, but also not at all. Like, I don't know, it's just really just a wacky over-the-top film that I really, really enjoy. Great effects, too. Like, the clowns are, like, really fucking freaky. And also, Joano MRC says, if you could remake a Silver Age monster movie, which would you choose to remake? Silver Age? I'm guessing you mean, like, the Universal-era monster movies? Well, okay, if you mean that, I'm gonna assume, because Silver Age is usually applied to comics, and that would be like the 60s and stuff, I don't know. I would say Frankenstein. I'd be interested in a new version of Universal's Frankenstein with the design, with the Jack Pierce design and everything, like, that take, and that basic story, but kind of reimagined. Not today, like, I'd still want it to be a period film. I would indeed still like it to take place in, like, some ambiguous 19th century time, but also somewhat the present, too. Like, the Universal movies just, you couldn't really tell when they took place, but I'd love to see that. I'd love to see a new Frankenstein, finally. But in that, just the version of Frankenstein I love, which is the James Whale version. I would love that. Just done justice, though. Like, not done shittily. Not some weird modernization thing. Okay, and I also got some more super chats. Let me get to them real quick. Make sure I didn't miss them. Okay. Let's see. Oh, shit. Where is the... Okay. Thoughts on Nightmind's new video, Nanny Cam. I haven't actually seen it, so I'm sorry. I can't really say anything about it, but, he's a big supporter of the channel, Nightmind, so definitely check him out if you haven't, though probably you have. I mean, he's got, like, I think 3 times as many subscribers, or even more. I don't even know at this point, but yeah, he's a big supporter of the channel, and I appreciate his videos, and I enjoy them. Oh, wait, okay. That was Tom Ferreira. I'm losing track. I got a few super chats. I need to keep track of them. Okay, Noah Kistner says, any live stream movie nights planned for the summer? Well, mostly I've been doing the Rabbit streams. I'll try to get back into movie streams here on YouTube, but they're definitely going to have to be, like, public domain, like, strictly. I thought I could get away with, like, really obscure, shitty movies that nobody remembered, but I ended up getting in trouble with Bloody Murder 2. I ended up getting caught, and YouTube banned me for 3 months, so I'm not going to do that again. Just going to be public domain stuff, strictly. So I'm going to have to start looking into public domain movies. That would be fun to watch. You know, just fun to stream. Like, it won't be, like, totally unwatchable. So I'll try to bring back the die-in theater, essentially. But in the meantime, I've been having a lot of streams on Patreon with movies I can get away with streaming. So if you want to catch those streams, consider becoming a supporter. Because last stream was Friday the 13th. That was fun. That was a very fun stream. All right, okay. Let me see. Let me see. I know I missed at least one other super chat. Let me see if I can find it. Ah, man. Okay. Okay, Adam Poplos' super chat was, Evening, Doc. Big fan. I was wondering if you think horror movies are going in the right direction for fans of the horror genre. I have mixed feelings. I feel like overall, like, the horror movies coming out are, like, really artistic, really well done films, like, overall. I really do feel like there's a lot of much more higher quality horror films, and there's not as many remakes, and there's more of an attempt to make sequels and make them, I guess, do just, like, I really enjoyed the Halloween 2018. Like, I really enjoyed that sequel. It felt like they went back and sort of analyzed what makes a Halloween movie based on just the first movie as a template. I'm hoping if they continue it, and I'm sure they will, like, they continue that, but they do more new stuff, because there was still some rehash stuff, and some things narratively didn't work, but I'm looking forward to whatever comes next. But I do feel like there's a lot of great horror movies. Some horror movies I feel like they're a little too up their own ass sometimes, like, still good movies, but still a little pretentious kind of sometimes. So, and there's also not as many, like, cool, fun horror movies as often. Usually it's sort of, the artsy horror movies you see a lot, so I'm hoping we get to more of a mix, but I'm very optimistic. It's a lot better than how things were, like, 10 years ago. 10 to 15 years ago. It was bad times. Lots of remakes, lots of reboots, lots of just bad stuff, lots of paranormal activities, lots of found footage overall. Like, just not good. Let me find another question. Okay, let me see. Retro Gamer says, have you ever considered doing a Star Wars review? There used to cover Star Wars a little bit, but, that seems like something that would be covered in, like, secret shows for sure, which is the side thing on Patreon, which is basically stuff, because I kind of just want this channel to be horror stuff, like, predominantly, horror and cult film. The only reason why there was, like, a Shazam review recently was that would have been a secret show, but, it had been a while since there was a review, so I was like, I'll just post this on YouTube instead, I guess. But, yeah, I kind of just want to do horror on the main channel and just focus on horror content, so I have, like, just a focus for my channel, essentially. Just, it's horror overall. And there's some B-movie stuff, and there's some Scooby-Doo stuff, but overall, kind of focus it and not cover a lot of the, mainstream blockbuster films. Alec Poor has a super chat. Can you stream Scooby-Doo on Zombie Island on Rabbit sometimes? It's actually funny you mentioned that, and you're a patron, of course, so thank you for being a patron, by the way, and also giving me a super chat. So, with Do Talking to Me coming back, we're gonna have, like, a new sort of stream, kind of stream on the Patreon where it's Do Watching with me, and that'll be, just sort of streams where we just go back and watch Scooby-Doo animated movies, because there's so many. So that'll be a fun thing to add, and that'll be available to, like, the silver supporters, so just $3 to... I have, like, I have pretty reasonable prices on my Patreon. Like, if you just want to get content, it's only $3 to get all that stuff, so, you'll get streams, you'll get secret shows, you'll get everything for just $3 a month, so it's not that bad. There's other fucking people with Patreons that, like, will charge, like, $10, $15 for that kind of shit, but nah, just, it's not bad. It's not bad. It could be much worse than $3. So, Wolfwood 93 says, do you think you will ever review the Phantasm series? I do need to review I need to review more Hellraiser, I need to actually finally get to Phantasm. I need to get more Leprechaun movies. I need to start sort of addressing these franchises. Honestly, I'm just such a fan of, like, the main slashers that are super popular, like Jason and Freddy and Leatherface and Michael Myers, that I just kind of really focus a little too much on them. But I love them, and, it's also doesn't hurt that they're very popular with people, and those videos featuring those characters get quite a few views. But I need to start getting into stuff that, I don't like as much, but I would still enjoy making videos about, and I also need to make more movies about shitty movies. Tom Ferreira has a super chat, thank you. When you're a hot chick in a horror film, slashers, Flint Lockwood. I don't know what that super chat means exactly, but thank you. I don't know what that meant. Bolin Entertainment says, if you could go on a killing spree with any serial killers throughout history, who would it be? And also, thank you for that generous super chat. If I could go on a killing spree with any serial killers throughout history, who would it be? Let me think. What's What's it? Yeah, I guess maybe Ed Gein. That'd be kind of interesting. I would on a killing spree. Oh shit. Okay, I thought just hanging out. Now that I've read that, on a killing spree. Oh boy, I don't know if I want to kill people with Ed Gein. Wilding out a little bit. I guess maybe. I guess maybe. Ed Gein. I guess I'll go with Ed Gein. Like, I feel like he deserves some more kills. He's mostly remembered for digging up people, but he deserves some more kills. Like, just hanging out with Ed Gein, though, that would be kind of neat. Like, ask him, like, how do you feel about Texas Chainsaw Massacre and Psycho and Silence of the Lambs? Like, how do you feel about that? Like, I'd be interested in, like, just mostly hanging out, but, he could use some more kills, because I think he only killed, like, 2 people. He could use a few extra murders to make him a bit more legit for people. And maybe actually give him a chainsaw, too, so you could make him a little closer to Leatherface, because a lot of people think he used a chainsaw, or that he lived in Texas and shit like that. No, he's a little more disappointing, I guess, but, man. Okay, Tom Ferreira has another super chat. I guess it's addressing his previous super chat. It's a meme, and I guess that means meme. I see. And Trey Meadows just has a super chat with no question. Oh, man. Oh, I guess he took his super chat back, but thank you for the super chat. Oh, man. I guess he messed up. I guess he meant to put a question there, but I guess it kind of got messed up. Okay. Tom Ferreira says, meme with another super chat. Gotta love autocorrect. You gotta fix that autocorrect, but thank you for the super chats. Okay, let me see. Alright, that video game guy says, what do you think of the new Ted Bundy movie? What do I think of the new Ted Bundy movie? I saw a bit of it. I caught the end. Somebody else was watching it. I caught the end, and I thought it seemed okay. Like, it's by Joe Berlinger, who did Book of Shadows, Blair Witch 2. I really love that fucking. I really love that one. Like, it's very much a guilty pleasure. And he also did those documentaries about the West Memphis 3. So I might watch it entirely and maybe do a review on it. Like, I think that'd be kind of neat. But it seemed interesting, but it did seem kind of standard, though. It did seem like a standard, like, movie about a real-life serial killer. Like, it didn't seem like it had anything, necessarily bring anything new to the table beyond just, well, we're adapting this killer's life, I suppose. But I am interested. But they also have the documentary. I'd like to check that out. I'd like to get to know more about these serial killers. I like it when there's not, like, when there's not really a, an exploitation kind of movie about real serial killers, because then it kind of sucks for the people who actually died. If you think about it, like, I've seen, like, I think there's, like, a John Wayne Gacy movie that's, like, a slasher movie, and I think there's, like, Ed Gein versus John Wayne Gacy movies and shit like that. Like, no, don't do that. Don't turn him into a fucking slasher icon or something. No, he was a real dude. Like, you treat it, like, with respect to the real people who were killed, I suppose. Like, come on. Otherwise, like, give me Texas Chainsaw Massacre where it's inspired, but, no real victims and just totally cooler and different, We Dem Boys had a super chat and I kind of missed it before. Will you play Dark Souls? It suits you. Love ya. I would like to. I think I have it. Yeah, I have it on Xbox One. I could do it. The original version, at least. I think I could do that. That'd be pretty fun, I think. I need to do more game streams, and I think I've been toying with the idea of actually doing more Twitch streams. So we'll see. That could be fun. Okay, I missed some super chats. Let me make sure I can find them. Okay, I saw the Dark Souls one. Okay, Eddie Herda had a super chat. I just became a $10 supporter. Yee! Well, thank you, sir. I really appreciate it. And the super chat donation. Wow. I guess you're gonna look forward to, shout-outs. Because that's the main thing that the $10 supporters get. They get shout-outs and also, I can plug you in these streams, essentially, if you have a project that you need to plug. Basically treat you like a sponsor. It's basically like a shout-out sponsorship sort of tier. So that's the platinum tier. Check it out if you're interested. Any of y'all, because I'll have platinum shout-outs at the end of the stream. Okay, let me see. I got a super chat from Noah Kistner, but he didn't have a question. He might have messed up, so, but thank you for the donation. Okay, and This time a real super chat question from Trey Meadows. This time it worked. Hello, Doc. I failed to type the message earlier and put the proper amount, LMAO. Between the two, which do you prefer, sci-fi horror or gritty horror? Honestly, I don't really like sci-fi horror a lot. There's only a few that I enjoy. I really love The Thing. I kind of like it when there's actually, like, real-world grittiness mixed into the sci-fi horror, like The Thing. Like, that feels like a very realistic film. It just has this shape-shifting sort of monster in it. But it feels very much grounded in reality, something that you can really sink your teeth in and identify with. Like, I really love The Thing, but I don't really like a lot of sci-fi horror most of the time. I kind of like it, you know, something just sci-fi-less. I kind of like those genres to be sort of separate most of the time. Okay, let me see. I think I got another super chat. Let me see if I can catch it. I don't want to miss it. Okay. Let's see. Noah Kistner says, just became a platinum member on the Patreon. Well, thank you, sir. I definitely appreciate it. And the super chat. Darkside says, great content, man. Keep it up. Well, thank you for the super chat, sir. See you on Twitter a lot. And Alec Poor has a donation. Thank you. Okay. Let's see. What's the next question? Okay. Nate is cool 08 says, I've been watching since 2011. Wow, that's pretty impressive. Like, that's actually, part of me doubts it, because that's kind of the year I started. So, part of me doubts it, unless you really were around back then, but I don't remember really having any subscribers back in 2011. Like, I had one guy, and I know you're not that guy, because you have a different account, so yeah, pretty much just one guy was watching my videos for like a year, so I kind of doubt it, but if you were around for really 8 years, that's pretty impressive. Usually I have people say, I was here since the beginning, since you first started uploading videos, and I don't believe it ever. Like, I don't believe it ever, because there'd be no way for you to know I existed. Like, yeah, I could believe you sort of being around since 2012, that's kind of where a lot of people came in, but not that long ago. Alec Poor has another super chat. How's Goulash doing? Well, he has to be doing pretty okay since he's making a new Gulag video. It's gonna be covering Doom Patrol. Thank you for the super chat. And if you haven't seen Doom Patrol, really check it out. It's a really fucking fun show. Like, we've just been watching it every week. The past, the past few months, just watching it every week. It drops weekly, because DC Universe is one of those streaming services that doesn't have enough content, so it sort of just releases weekly. But that's fine. It kind of makes it so you don't get sick of it and, like, over binge, and then you're just, like, in the middle, and you're just like, I'm kind of sick of this show now. So it really helps. I really enjoy it. Like, there's just something new every episode. Like, it's really crazy, and it doesn't really feel all that slow, and it just has all kinds of interesting concepts every episode. Definitely check it out. I really hope that show gets an audience, and hopefully the Gulag review will get some more people interested. I really hope so. Because I don't think it's gonna get an audience on DC Universe. But maybe it will, because I don't know. But I got another super chat from Infamous the Gamer 70. Who'd win in a battle between Michael and Jason? Honestly, it really kind of just depends on the writer. But narratively, and this isn't based on who is the more skilled killer and shit like that. Narratively, Jason would probably win, just because he's a bit more sympathetic. That's kind of why, in Freddy vs. Jason seemed to kind of technically win, sort of. Besides the decapitated Freddy head winking, like, besides that, he kind of won. Because he's overall the nicer guy. Like, he was not like a child killer or a pedophile or stuff. He killed people, but it was kind of misguided and shit. Michael should be pure evil, so he's more villainous. So I'd say narratively wise, Jason would win, just because, he's overall a nicer guy for a serial killer, slasher villain. But I think Michael would, skill-wise, probably win, because he's, just smarter and is capable of a lot more than Jason. Jason is a bit more limited in some ways. But, Michael is much more evil, so, in a movie, they want the nicer guy, usually, to win. But then again, it can be kind of a good horror ending to sort of bum people out. Oh, Michael won, okay. Well, I don't know. But yeah, I think narratively, for a narrative, it would probably be Jason winning. But otherwise, probably Michael. Okay, Tom Ferreira says, with his super chat, the only characters I remember from Friday the 13th Part 7 was the sleeping bag chick and the chick who went skinny dipping. Well, you have to remember the psychic chick. I believe her name was Tina. I think Tina was the psychic chick in Part 7. It's been a while, and I know people really want me to review that movie. I've been saving a rewatch. I think it would probably be my, 7th or 8th rewatch of that movie for a future review. That'll probably come out sometime this year. Maybe for this October. I was supposed to do it for 1 October, but a hurricane ended up happening, and I had to kind of just shelve that whole October, so sorry about that, but I'll try to someday soon finally cover that last Friday the 13th movie. I will try. But, I remember the psychic chick, and also Jason himself, pretty memorable. Alec Poor with a super chat just says, take my money, Doc. Well, I will take it. Thank you. Okay, Matthew Wiles says, do you know that Sonic is getting his own movie? Yes, I do, and it looks so horrible. It looks fucking terrible. I don't even know if I really like Jim Carrey in the movie. It just feels like he's doing, just some goofy voice. It doesn't feel like he's trying to play a character. I mean, he seems like he'll definitely be entertaining, but he's not really putting his, best effort forward. He's just doing the little goofy voice he does sometimes, and has, a thin toothbrush. I don't know what you just one of those twirly mustaches. It doesn't look so great, but I do like the fact that at the end he's shown to look much more like Dr. Robotnik, so that's kind of nice. But I don't really look forward to it. It just looks bad. It looks like I don't know why they're making a Sonic movie in 2019. It just feels like it's past its prime for people to be interested in a new movie. I don't know why I don't get it, but. And just the CGI itself, Sonic's design, is just horrible. Yeah, man. And Jimmy Elvis says, review snuff films. I don't know about that, but I could review fake snuff films, fictional snuff films that are supposed to seem like real snuff films. But I don't know if you could totally make a snuff film funny and also get away with it on YouTube. Just talking about, a fake one, a staged snuff film, There's been some, stage snuff films that aren't real, but I don't know if I could get away with even that. I don't know. Yeah, I don't know about that. I feel like that would be a little too extreme. Definitely too extreme on YouTube to review a real snuff film. Ryan Jenkins, with a super chat, says, unpopular opinion, I kind of wish the Jason X2 movie was for real. I don't hate Jason X. I don't really hate it that much either, but it's definitely a little, it was, and just, I had my April Fool's joke was that Jason X Part 2 was going to happen, which some people found to be cruel, I guess, because some people wanted it, and some people were afraid of it, I guess. Me, myself, I would be actually open to a Jason X Part 2, in the meantime. It's better than nothing. It really is better than nothing. We're not getting a regular Friday the 13th movie anytime soon, and I'm sure Jason X Part 2 is fair game. It doesn't have Camp Crystal Lake at all. You don't have to have Mrs. Voorhees. You just call Jason Jason. You don't have to use Voorhees in the title. You just use the hockey mask version. And even then, you're using, a version of Jason that, you're using, a sci-fi reimagined version of Jason. So you could probably totally get away with Jason X Part 2. They're probably just waiting when they can finally, totally, no strings attached, make a regular Friday the 13th movie. Part of me is thinking maybe it just might not even be worth it, though. It would make money, but, I don't know. It would make money, but I don't know if it would make enough money to warrant all the legal hassle. I guess we'll see. Hopefully, because I want it, but, I don't know if movie studios are that anxious to make a Friday the 13th movie while dealing with the obvious payoffs and shit. It's gotta be a headache. You have to put some money forward, definitely, to make a Friday the 13th movie now, which is unfortunate. It's really, really unfortunate. Alec Poor has a super chat donation. Thank you, sir. I really appreciate it. Okay. Martin Gamer 9000 says, hey, you see me? I do indeed, sir. I see you right there. I guess I answered your question. And Givano has a super chat donation. Thank you, sir. Undead Comics says, you gonna watch Voorhees? I don't really watch a lot of fan films. I'm not kind of all that interested in fan films most of the time. Sometimes they're good. There's some good ones out there, but usually I don't make a habit of checking out fan films. I guess I kind of should, but usually I don't check them out. And it's nothing personal. It's just I don't know. I'd just rather watch like just a full-blown horror movie most of the time, but I'll check out a particularly good one. I guess Baby Voorhees might be good. Rod Simons just has a whole bunch of dizzy and sick emoji. I guess he might be sick. I hope you feel better. And also, I hope Serafina feels better if you're watching this. Yes, I hope you feel better soon. Serafina has been very ill lately, and she's been a big supporter over the years, so I hope everything works out for her. Alrighty, let me see. Swoostastic says, "Hey Doc, could you tell me your thoughts on the upcoming Child's Play remake?" Well, I've made a couple of videos on the subject, but I guess I could give you my up-to-the-minute thoughts. I think, based on what we've seen so far, I think we have possibly a Sonic the Hedgehog situation with Child's Play, where Chucky looks really bad. Like, Chucky's gonna look really bad, he's gonna be very CGI, the face is just gonna be really weird looking. I hope that's not the case, but that could be what we're dealing with here, and that could be very disappointing, because I think, apparently from what I've heard, he's actually a puppet most of the time. But from what I've seen, like the screenshots and stuff, the face looks weird. So I guess we'll see what happens with that, but I'm kind of afraid that the puppet's gonna look really bad, or there's gonna be some really bad CGI moments. That's my main concern at the moment. It does seem like they're kind of doing something new with it, so there's that. But I'm somewhat afraid of how it'll all look at the end of the day. Like, part of me is thinking I'm just not gonna be able to be afraid of this version of Chucky. Let me see. Okay, I got some other super chats. Let me see if I can find them. Okay, I think it's just Tom Ferreira's that I missed. Let me see if I can get it real quick. Okay. Tom Ferreira says with his super chat, "Michael might be the type of person who would feel bad or care if you got raped." Okay, if you got raped because he is pure evil and has no empathy. Well, funny thing there, in Friday the 13th Part 3, he was implied to have raped the main character, which, you know, something that he probably wouldn't do if he was written today. Definitely not. So, it was implied. But, you know, it was kind of ambiguous, so you can at least headcanon that he didn't rape that character, but yeah, I mean, he has been shown in the comics and some other stuff to, you know, help out sympathetic characters, but sometimes at the same time he'll end up, like, just killing people. Like, in one comic, he hung out with this hydrocephalic kid, like, that reminded him of himself, that was bullied. So he has, like, a softer side sometimes, like a sympathetic side, I suppose, but usually he is just like, no mercy, I'm gonna fucking kill some people. Kyle Winfrey had a super chat donation, thank you, sir. And also, Alec Poor has a super chat donation and a question. Thoughts on Never Hike Alone? I'm mostly interested in it for the Tom... Why am I blanking on it? He was in Friday the 13th Part 6. Not Tom Atkins. That he was Halloween 3's actor, the doctor. What was his name? Tom. Why am I Tom Shepard? No, I don't think that's it. I wish I could use Google right now, but I'm interested in seeing like the Tommy Jarvis Part 6 cameo. I haven't seen it yet. I've been saving it when I'm like not busy, so I can I guess review it. I think that would be a nice review. I think I kind of try to save watches of things when I'm like prepared to review them. Like if they seem like something I could review, so I'll sort of hold back sometimes on watching stuff I'm interested in. Okay, let me see. Noah Kistner has a super chat. What are your initial thoughts on Brightburn? I want to check it out. I have some mixed feelings. Tom Matthews. Okay, I think Misty H has the right. Tom Matthews. Yeah, I think that's right. Okay, so that was Tommy Jarvis in Part 6. Thank you. I think so. I'm assuming. I'm waiting for somebody else to also say it, for confirmation. But yeah, let me see. Okay, well, Brightburn I'm interested in checking out, but I have some mixed feelings about it. Because it is essentially a slasher movie. Well, not really a slasher movie, like a killer movie. With essentially Superman as a little kid, killing folks. Like, it's kind of a monster movie with this alien that looks like a person. It's pretty much Superman, though, as a kid. I guess maybe they might set up a franchise where he grows up. But I don't know. I kind of wonder what's up with the idea of Superman with the same upbringing. Like, he's pretty much got the same upbringing. He's, like, raised by, like, probably some kind-hearted farmers in Kansas. It's probably basically the same thing. I kind of like it in, like, what-if stories. He's raised by different folks that raise him to be, like, a certain way. So if you've seen, like, Superman Red Son, he's raised in the Soviet Union, so he becomes this, like, fucking, just pretty much a weapon used by the Soviet government, essentially. So just these different takes usually have him have a different upbringing. Like, it's usually not. And also there was a story where he's raised by the Waynes and he becomes Batman, but with superpowers. So there's that one. But in Brightburn, he has pretty much the same upbringing as Superman, the standard one, but he still becomes evil. I don't know. I feel like they could have maybe made it more creative, but I guess for people who aren't familiar with the Superman lore, and I guess some of the concepts, it probably helps to have, like, the Kansas setting. So I guess we'll see. Yeah. But overall, it looks interesting. It looks like it's gonna be well done. I just have just that minor problem, just that super comic nerd problem, I guess. And it doesn't really have. This is only peripherally Superman related overall, so it's not that big of a deal. Yeah, it's just okay. Let me see. Alec Poor gave me a couple of super chat donations. Thank you, sir. Alrighty, let me see. Okay, let me see if I can find another question. Alright. We Dem Boys Tuned Up says, Superman is a very boring character. All-Star Superman was one of the few that was written well. Well, I agree. All-Star Superman was a great comic. Definitely worth reading. But I don't think he's a boring character. I just think he's a challenging character to write. And a lot of people, have a lot of misconceptions about Superman. And that's usually thanks to pop culture. It's not really because they, made an effort to look at Superman stuff. It's just, people have misconceptions and it's kind of reinforced by, references in media that sort of depict superheroes. And to me, I think you just have, like, a perception that he's boring. But if you loved All-Star Superman, that's pretty much pure Superman. So definitely check out, just check out all kinds of other Superman stories if you're interested in that. And you'll find ones that might, click with you. Because he's not Batman, and he's not like some of these other superheroes. He's interesting. Just make an effort to check out some other Superman stories. Like, let me think. What's a good one? Check out, Superman for All Seasons. That's on the DC Universe app. If you have DC Universe, check that out. I really enjoy that story. It makes him really relatable, and it also sort of explores other his supporting cast's, impressions of him. So you get to see, I guess, Lana Lang's impressions on him, Lois Lane's impressions on him, his father's impressions on him, like, just all these characters, also Lex Luthor. So it's really fun. Yeah, I think you should check that out. It's just a 4-issue series, and also covers his origin story, and him getting established in Metropolis, and leaving Smallville. I really enjoyed it. Adam Populus had a super chat that I missed. Thoughts on It 2? Well, I made a video recently, but, I think it'll be an overall enjoyable, very fun horror film. But I'm kind of concerned because I'm pretty sure it's probably going to be... I'm sure there's going to be a lot of people walking out of the theater saying, it wasn't really as good as It Chapter 1. I think that's going to be the case. I think it's not going to be as good. I think the stuff with the kids are the more compelling parts. And I guess it would have been kind of challenging to make a film that sort of, has those stories happen side by side as a balance. Like, it would have been hard to do that with 2 movies, especially with, like, years apart releases. Yeah, it would have been difficult. So I think it's gonna be, it's most likely not gonna be as good, but if you enjoyed the first one, it's probably gonna be, really nice, but you're probably not gonna like it as much, I think. We'll see. We'll see, though. I am looking forward to it. I'll check it out, and I'll try to offer you guys a review promptly. Okay, Magnum Madness. I don't know what his name is exactly, but he says, "Come on, Wolfula. I tried to get you to talk about The Exorcist last live chat you had. When are you gonna review it, Dr. Wolfula?" I will try to review it soon. I've been meaning to. I'm really interested in reviewing more. Well, actually, I don't know. I'm kind of trying to review less classic movies. Because, a lot of people have seen these movies. Not that I'm not going to at all, but I kind of want to review more, bad movies that would be fun to review and be funny and stuff. And also some newer films, just try to mix things up, because I've been reviewing a lot of well-established, famous fucking movies. Boy. And Alec Poor has 2 super... But, not that I wouldn't review Exorcist. It just, kind of shift in focus a little bit, I guess. But I could indeed soon. It's a great film. Alec Poor has 2 super chats, and they're both just saying best wishes to Serafina. Yes, indeed, best wishes to Serafina, and thank you for the super chat. Yes, I hope her recovery goes well, because she has been a very big supporter. She got me recently she got me the complete collection of... Oh man, my face just spazzed out. Oh shit, I probably shouldn't turn my head, because then I go into like a wormhole. Let me see. Let me see if I can make that happen again. I can't make it happen again. But, she got me the complete collection of Scooby-Doo, Where Are You? Including the quote-unquote 3rd season. And just in case you don't know, the 3rd season of Scooby-Doo, Where Are You is actually... It's actually a different, separate show that was released 10 years later called The Scooby-Doo Show. But in syndication, it's usually called Scooby-Doo, Where Are You? To capitalize on the famous first 2 seasons, the first 2 seasons of the original show. But it's not really the 3rd season, and it's kind of different, very different from the original series, but, still valid Scooby-Doo history, still totally valid, but it's unfortunate that it is sort of sold as, I think it confuses people, it's not Scooby-Doo, Where Are You? It's just a totally different show. Oh, man, I had to get some, I had to psychically mind meld with some Fresca and have a little drink. Man, my voice is dying. Ah, boy. Okay, Ryan Jenkins has a super chat, and also he's a Patreon supporter. Thank you. Still hoping to see you review Bones. I can't recall, I don't really know what Bones is, but I'll have to check it out, and I'm sure you probably offered that up in the review request questionnaire. I'll have to look into it. I'm gonna be collecting all that data, so if you're a Patreon supporter, it's available, that questionnaire is available to all Patreon supporters, so you'll get to request movies, and people will vote on, what movies I'll review next, so that'll be fun, so definitely check that out if you're a supporter. Don't want to miss out on it, because next week is when the voting starts, so definitely don't miss it. Okay, let me see. Okay. Possum Carcass says, Dr. Wolfula, are you a natural brown? Goulash told me you weren't. Also, have you heard of the Corn Bugs? I recommend you listen to it. It's a band with Chop Top Sawyer and Buckethead. I assume by Chop Top Sawyer you mean, why am I blank? I hate how I blank on fucking names, boy. Okay, well, I'm not even gonna bother. Someone in the chat's probably gonna say his name. Man, why do I always blank on names? Damn it. I wish I had Google on me. Maybe I should just Google it. I'll waste time. I'll waste time right now. I'm gonna Google. Why do I blank on names? I hate it. I usually remember it. I usually remember names, but when I'm on a stream, I fucking forget shit. Because I get nervous, I guess. Okay, Chop Top Sawyer was played by, how come Google... Bill Moseley. Why did I blank on that name? And yeah, finally the chat says Bill Moseley. Damn it, I hate when I blank on names. But yeah, I'll have to check out that band, and also let me see. hope I didn't miss the rest of... Okay, wait. Sorry, Possum Carcass. Let me address the first part. I am a natural brown. Goulash was full of shit when he made that one video saying I wasn't. Like, this is all brown hair. Like, this is all real. Like, don't believe him. Don't believe him. Like, what other hair color would I be? Like, what could you see me being? Like, what, it's ridiculous. Damn it. Ugh. I mean, I might have a few gray hairs here and there, but, I'm not getting old. That's for sure. I'm not getting old. Also, Benjamin Smith has a super chat. Have you thought about reviewing Planet Terror? I could review the, why am I blank? Why do I blank on names? Planet Terror, Grindhouse, yes. Why did I blank? Grindhouse movies, I could review those. But I guess Planet Terror is a bit more appropriate, but still, I'd like to have some more B-movie, sort of, Grindhouse exploitation movies on the channel, too. I'm open to those as well. Those are kind of in the, spectrum of stuff I'm interested in covering, for sure. Okay, Elias Campos says... Okay, let me see if I can catch that. Ah, man. Elias Campos says, Dr. Wolfula, will there be a Puppet Masters review? Yeah, that's one of those franchises I really need to address. I need to address a lot. I need to kind of, sort of, make sure I hit certain franchises every year. And that's one of those, and I need to start covering those films because it's really something missing from the channel. Really something missing. So that's another thing, like, some franchises that have been kind of neglected. I really need to cover more. I'm definitely interested in checking out the films more and, giving my thoughts on them for sure. And I'm sure they'd be fun to review. Definitely right up my alley. Okay, Hero Sam 12 says, what horror movie are you most excited for this year? For him, it's It Chapter 2. I guess It Chapter 2, I guess. Yeah, that's kind of the only really interesting one this year that's caught my eye. Child's Play I'll probably see, but and also Brightburn, but I guess one that I've just been waiting to see for a while is definitely It Chapter 2, just because I want to see how that story ends in movie form, finally. Because, I've read the book, and I've seen the TV miniseries and shit like that. Finally get to see how they do it as a movie, with a bigger budget and everything. I'm interested. I'm invested after seeing the first movie in the theater. I want to see what the other half of the story is like in live action film, theatrically, But, I've seen it. Maybe with a better looking spider, I guess. But then again, the spider might look worse in It Chapter 2, though. I guess we'll see. Ah, boy. But yeah, It Chapter 2. Last year, it was a no-brainer. It was Halloween 2018. That was the one I was looking forward to. The movie overall I was looking forward to most. Like, not just horror movie, just that's the movie I wanted to see the most that year. And, it lived up to my expectations. But this year, I guess Joker is the movie I'm looking forward to most. Yeah, I think so. It looks like a very new take on the character. Like, I'm interested in it. I love DC and Batman, stuff like that. I'm looking forward to checking out Joker as a movie overall this year. But, this is a little bit of a dry year for me. Like, Endgame. Well, I'm looking forward to Star Wars Episode 9. I'm curious to see how that plays out, I didn't really like Last Jedi, but I feel like people really hate on that movie, like, obsessively, and it's just a fucking Star Wars movie. Like, chill out. It was disappointing, but don't lose your don't, like, give your life away to just hating this one thing. Like, goddamn. And Alec Poor had a super chat donation. Thank you, sir. Alrighty. Yeah, just, I think they could maybe recover in Episode 9. Like, it's been, there's been some mixed results in these movies, but I feel like they really possibly rushed the sequel trilogy. Oh well. Let me see. Ghostface has a super chat. Thank you, sir. Do you think they make Jason versus Freddy versus Michael? If I guess the rights loosen up a bit, we could see that in comic form, possibly, but not likely in a film. I feel like the boat has left the dock, pretty much. Like, we're never gonna get to see that kind of movie. Like, they're never going to they're never gonna finally make a sequel. They're never gonna finally make a sequel to that movie. Like, even though it was a hit, they waited too long, and I think they became much more interested in Friday the 13th remakes and Nightmare on Elm Street remakes that didn't become anything either, so it was kind of a waste. I would love to see it, but I don't think it'll happen. Noah Kistner has a super chat. What about 3 from Hell? I've only just seen, like, the behind-the-scenes photos, and I guess the trailer's coming soon. I don't really know what to think. I'm assuming... Part of me is thinking that it is, like, a metaphor for being in purgatory. Like, I'm thinking those characters are dead, and they're sort of in the afterlife, which is this courtroom which will decide if they go to hell or not. Like, that's what I'm thinking. Like, I can't imagine they survived the end of Devil's Rejects. I can't imagine, but maybe they did. I'm interested in seeing what the approach is. That's for sure. I guess we'll see. But, you know, I'm assuming it's like an allegory for hell. I guess we'll find out. Because, it'd be kind of boring if it turned out to be like a courtroom drama movie, just overall. Like, they're just watching these serial killers in court. I guess maybe they could have, like, flashbacks and, like, stuff, but, I don't know, it'd feel like a horror version of Perry Mason, mostly. Not that cool. Not that cool. Not that cool at all. Alrighty. Okay. George Mondragon says, Dr. Wolfula, will you ever make a review on Jeepers Creepers 2, Sleepwalkers, and Friday the 13th Part 7? And how does it feel being a Wolfulite influencer? Well, I will certainly probably make a Jeepers Creepers 2 review. Like, you know, I feel like the well hasn't dried on, dried for movies directed by Victor Salva. I feel like there's a lot of potential to make fun of Victor Salva some more, so I'd definitely be down for it. Sleepwalkers, I can't recall what that movie is, but Friday the 13th Part 7, see, that's for sure. That's probably gonna happen this year, finally, probably. Alrighty, a lot of emoji. Adam Poplo says, do you think they will remake Gremlins? I don't know, I wouldn't put it past Steven Spielberg. I would not put it past Steven Spielberg in the slightest, especially when CGI is involved. It could happen. I wouldn't look forward to it. But, you know, I would be interested in, like, a continuation, for sure. I don't feel like a remake is necessary, but, I feel like it's unfortunate that franchise kind of just ended. But, you know, it's not that bad when franchises end. But I do like when a sequel is just good. Like, sequels don't have to be, like I say in the Halloween Mega Review, they don't always have to be, like, you know, they don't have to be better than the original. They can just be good on their own and still be fun, entertaining. It does kind of suck that, you know, sequels will take precedence over original ideas. That's horrible. But they're gonna do it anyway, so, you know, when it's good, it's good. It's nice when they actually put effort into things. Like, I love that. You know, they're not gonna not do it. God, there's so many comments that are so, like, horrible that YouTube are, like, automatically blocking, because they're just automatically filtering out these horrifying comments that people are sending me in the chat. Like, just so you know, there's auto moderation, so it's a little harder to, I guess, troll a little bit. Okay. John Kennedy says, Doc, thoughts on new Terrordrome game? The new characters are Dracula, Van Helsing, Frankenstein, Bigfoot, and legal knockoffs of original horror icons. I wasn't familiar with that they were, like, going in that direction, but it probably helps that they're doing that. Like, you know, Terrordrome, I don't know, I would like to try it again sometime. I was actually, oh shit, I actually was offered, like, a chance to do the beta. Like, I guess the creators contacted me over email and was like, Dr. Wolfula, we want you to feature Terrordrome 2 on your channel. And I was super busy and I never addressed it, but I'd be interested in playing it. Well, actually, it was mainly because, you know, I just didn't have anything to play it on at the time, but I'll see if I can maybe fix that. But I wasn't aware that they, like, totally changed the characters and now they're doing legal versions.
that's pretty good, because yeah, they definitely can't use any of those characters, especially if they want to make money off of their game, which they're obviously going to put effort into. Like, I'm honestly surprised, like, some fan films can use, like, you know, will use, like, the Friday the 13th license for their crowdfunding campaigns, and I'm just surprised, like, how the fuck can you get away with that? Like, I don't know. I guess maybe because they're not necessarily profiting, they're just using the funds from crowdfunding campaigns to, you know, just go directly into production, and it'll be completely non-profit. But then again, some of these crowdfunding campaigns will produce, like, fan films that they will then sell on DVD and VHS and all kinds of other things. So I don't know how they can get away with it. I guess they just hope that nobody's paying attention. I don't know. RevDoDat says, please say film. Film? Film? I guess he wanted me to say film. Well, I said it. Deal with it, I guess. I don't know why you wanted me to say it, but thank you. Okay, Alfredo Sawyer says, do you think Godzilla will live up to the hype, Foolio? Well, I didn't appreciate the Foolio part at the end. But, I think it will. I think, Michael Dougherty, you know, he's directing and writing it, so, you know, he always delivers, like, really good scripts, and he's a good director, shit like that. Like, I feel like, you know, I feel like, Krampus was not as good as some of the stuff he's done before, but it was still a good overall film. I enjoyed it. I didn't really like the first Godzilla they did. It was kind of just boring. Like, it was just boring. They didn't show Godzilla most of the time. They would just show, like, they would, like, just cut away from, like, they'd have Godzilla and the monster he fights, like, begin to fight, and then they would just cut away to, like, just some, like, blurry news footage of them fighting. Or just not even show it. They'll just show, like, the aftermath. That's always disappointing. And also, greetings to you, Sean O'Brien. You're also a Patreon supporter and an admin. Greetings, welcome. And Alec Poor had a super chat donation, thank you. But, yeah, I didn't really like the first Godzilla movie they made. It was okay, and it was technically well made. It was just not the right approach. Like, you know, focusing way too much on the people when people are more interested in fucking Godzilla, like, fucking shit up. And I think they're going to fix that with the sequel. Like, you know, and also, like, Bryan Cranston was just, like, totally misleading in that film. Shit. Like, he was just there for, like, the first 10 minutes, 20 minutes, like, just shitty. And then we have to spend the rest of the time with fucking Quicksilver. It sucked. Not terrible, but I didn't like it as much as I could have liked it if they just, you know, focused on some other stuff. Focused on Godzilla, pretty much. But I did enjoy King Kong. I did enjoy King Kong, or Kong Skull Island, whatever they called the last King Kong movie. I did enjoy it. It was really good. You know, for a movie that was pretty much made to just sort of set up a version of King Kong that's, like, Godzilla size, it was pretty good. You know, I still like the Peter Jackson in the original movies better, but that was a good version of King Kong, man. Also, Possum Carcass had a little chat that seemed nice. I'm sick as fuck, and you're making my day 10 times better. Thank you so much for bringing quality content to YouTube. Well, get better soon, Possum. Get well soon. Well, if you're actually a Possum Carcass, oh man, you're in a bad way right now, I have to say. Okay, Suck It says, Doc. Relationships, CVS, facts. I'm metaphorically standing on the Skyway Bridge, and I'll do it. I don't know what you mean, but, Skyway Bridge? Wasn't that a location in, like, Pokemon Black and White? Or was that the Sky Arrow? Yeah, that was the Sky Arrow Bridge, I think. Oh, okay. Don't kill yourself if... I guess you're saying metaphorically, but don't kill yourself even metaphorically, if that's what you're trying to say to me. Don't do it! Okay, Horror Readings by Busy says, okay, this animated version of you is blowing me away, LOL. Yes, this is like a new little thing, and it's actually working a lot better than ever live. Like, usually I have to, like, periodically, like, fix it. Like, with the, like, I have to reset some stuff and fix it, but it hasn't really done that at all this whole hour, which is really nice. It seems to be lip syncing pretty okay. I like it. I like it a lot. But yeah, this is a new thing. This is pretty much just gonna be used for streams and news videos and stuff I can put out quickly. But some people have been concerned, and just so you know, the main reviews and stuff will still be live action, so don't worry. Don't worry. Like, this is just for quick stuff. This is just for quick and easy stuff. So, yeah. For stuff that requires a lot more effort, I'm gonna use the live action stuff. But, it's nice to have actually have moving lips. It's really nice. Have moving mouth. Man, it's really nice. And to blink. I could never blink before. Now I can. On command. I'm trying to make it happen. Also, I can smile. Yeah. Okay, let me look at my super chats now. Okay, the stream, I'm probably gonna end the stream in like 5 or 10 minutes, so I'll try to address any super chats and any final decent questions from the rest of y'all, so try to get those out of the way before I go. And then I'll have like some shout-outs at the end, social media plugs, and all the other shit at the end. But first, let me address this super chat. Pineapple Pizza Fan has a super chat. Why do you think Rodan's red in the new Godzilla? I didn't even realize he was red. I don't really know what to think. I think they just want to make him like look really distinctive, and just to have a bit more variety. I think that's pretty much it. I think that's really just the only explanation. Like, that's why they'll do stuff like that. Like, they'll change shit just to make it look a little different. And I guess, yeah, that's pretty much it. Just to have him stand out a bit more. Probably. I haven't actually seen Rodan, so I don't really know what that situation's like. Eddie Herta says, with a super chat, Doc, what was the funniest death in your reviews? Probably, I don't know, I think, I might be misremembering it, but probably Billy in Silent Night, Deadly Night 2, where he's like about to fight the cops, and I think he's got like an axe, and he's like, I'm gonna kill you cops, and they have fucking guns, and they shoot him, and it like, while he's like doing that, he says moo, like he just moos for some reason, like he's a cow, and it's really weird. It's fucking weird. That's probably the funniest. It's probably the funniest one that I can think of at the top of my head. But also maybe, and this is also cow related. I guess all cow related deaths. The part where the EMT dudes like they crash into the cow in Halloween 2. Yeah. That was pretty funny. Like, because it didn't have anything to do with Michael Myers, and also it was a dream. It was terrible. Halloween 2. Oh boy. Man. Also, Sean O'Brien, who's the admin, says, Never Sleep Again style Halloween documentary is badly needed. Yes, it is indeed. It's really, really badly needed. I would love that. Yeah, all we have is just that one, I think, 90-minute documentary by, I don't know who did it, but it was like Halloween 25 Years of Terror, I believe. And it was okay, but it mainly focused on the first movie. And beyond that, it just sort of skimmed the sequels, and then kind of just went into, like, the overall fan impact the series has had. So it was kind of lame. Not terrible, definitely worth watching, but not as good as it could have been. Like, I've been spoiled by Never Sleep Again and Crystal Lake Memories, like, because those movies treat all the films equal. Like, it doesn't matter if it's a sequel or not, like, they'll treat all the films equal and give them equal time talking about the making of. Like, it's really cool, and it's a shame that Halloween didn't even get that last year when they were making a new movie, like, to capitalize on it. Man, I would kill for, like, a full-blown Halloween documentary like that, for sure, yeah. Alfredo Sawyer says Jaws remake. Yeah, I don't feel like a Jaws remake is necessary. Like, that's one of those movies you never remake. A lot of Spielberg movies are like that. Just don't remake them. Like, they're perfectly fine as is. Like, there's no reason to remake them. I don't even think, oh, look, yeah, now my face is starting to act up. Let me fix that. Right at the end, it does this. Okay, I think I fixed it. Yes, I fixed it. Okay. Yeah, a Jaws remake is not necessary, and I don't think a sequel is necessary either. Like, there's plenty of shark movies still coming out. You know, there's no point to it. Just leave it alone. That's one of those things that could just be left alone safely. Like, Alec Poor has a super chat. Good night, Doc. Good night, everyone. I love you all. Well, thank you, sir. Good night. And oh man, my face is acting up again. I guess that's a. Okay, I fixed it, but I think I fixed it. Yeah, I fixed it, but I think that's a good sign that I should wrap it up now. Let me see. Yeah, it's still acting up. Okay, yeah, that's a good sign that I should wrap it up and get out of here. Let me see if I can get one last question to end the night. Okay, let me see. The Meg was the Jaws remake. I didn't see it, but it looked kind of neat, but I heard it was very disappointing. You know, it was pretty much, it definitely just seemed like Big Shark. Like, that was the movie. Big Shark. Just a gigantic shark. Oh, man. Thank you all for joining me. Before I go, I just want to give some shout-outs to some Patreon supporters. So, very special thanks to these Platinum supporters on Patreon. Alec Poor, Anthony Bonchewski, Benjamin J. Jones, Caleb Whalen, Captain Meinstein, Chris Musgrove, Chuddles, Colonel 32, Corey Kamermans, Druid, Eli Lichtenhahn, and I got another super chat. I guess I'll address it after this. Fancy Alchemist Guy, Gary Flanders, Gary Miller, Harley Graves, Ian Korchik, Jake Larson, Jeremy Sapp, Joshua Hemmingson, Crawberry Strush, Lou Mail, Marco E. Salinas, Matthew Flowers, Mr. Maskey, Nathan Malice, Parker Klein, Paul Schroeder, Peyton Harris, Pumpkin Hill, Racer Chase 1, Reckless 1199, Rocky Manson, Ryan Jenkins, Sarah O, Sean O'Brien, Simon Ausmus, Tom Wade, Tony R. Tucker, Torchwood79, Travis, and Willie Grills. Thank you all for supporting me. Oh boy, let me get that last super chat before I go though. Let me see, where is that? Oh man, I wasn't expecting to get another super chat. Let me get that really quick. Don't want to. God damn it, where is it? Let me see. I'm having trouble scrolling through these comments. Okay, Pineapple Pizza Fan says, do you think you will review the Reanimator movies? There's also a remake of Reanimator. I don't think there's a remake. I've never heard of a remake ever. I know there was going to be like a potential TV series that was kind of like a CW thing that thankfully didn't happen, but I don't think there's a remake. Maybe there is, and I'm just not familiar with it, but definitely, that's another franchise I need to cover finally, Reanimator, because I love those fucking movies. At least the first two, but I also kind of like, what was the third one called again? Why do I always blank on the third one's name? Ah, shit. Okay, well, never mind. It doesn't matter. It was Reanimator. No, it was not Reanimator. Something of Reanimator, because it was Bride of Reanimator. That's easy to remember. Why? How come I can't remember the third film? Ah, man. This is gonna drive me nuts all night. I gotta find out what that third movie was called really quick. Let me see. What was that third movie called? Someone in the comments will tell me, but whatever. I'll do it. I'll do it anyway. Let's see if I can beat them to it. Let's see. Beyond Rihanna. Okay, somebody said it. Yeah, they beat me. Okay, cool. Never mind. All right, let me get to. Okay, I got the shoutouts done. Also, okay, before I go, make sure to like this video if you liked it and subscribe for more. You know, if you want to keep watching my vids, subscribe for sure. I don't know why you're not if you're watching the stream, but still subscribe. God. Social media. Okay, keep in touch with me on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter at Dr. Wolfula. Also consider becoming a supporter on Patreon. There's all kinds of exclusive goodies, but you know, if you can't, you'll still get all the regular YouTube videos like usual. Also, there's some merch on TeePublic, so if you want my face on a shirt, or a laptop bag, or your phone case, or a cup, or just a little cheap sticker, it doesn't matter. Check out the Dr. Wolfula store for all kinds of official merch. Anyway, I've been Dr. Wolfula. Thank you all for joining me. Good night, everybody. Thank you for joining Dr. Wolfula After Dark. See you next time.